Hello everybody, how's it going? So many people have been asking me to do a current new top 10 unisex fragrance video of my favorites. So this is for you. Now, if you're somebody that watches my stuff and you're trying to find new fragrances, this is not the video for you. I have talked about these so many times, so I already know there might be people that are like, you talk about these a lot, give us something new, blah, blah, blah. Again, not the video. Go watch my other things, all right? But all of these certified bangers. I love these scents if you're looking for something that's gonna pull a ton of compliments, but still be really unique when you're out there in the real world. Keyword, real world, having face-to-face interactions with people, not online. Then yes, these scents are incredible, okay? You have to remember difference between fragrance community online and people you're going to be interacting with on a daily basis. So number 10 is Naxos by Sershoff. And these are going to be ranked on how often I wear them as of right now. All right. But Naxos is a beast mode honey tobacco fragrance. If you want to smell like a mafia boss, a mob boss, this is the scent because it's both smooth and rebellious. This fragrance easily pushes over 12 hours. Whenever I do only 2 sprays of this on my sweater, I smell it on my sweater for the next 4 days. It really doesn't go away. On skin, it really projects. Like this thing goes pretty far out, but it's not super obnoxious. It's not a room-filling scent where it's trying to establish dominance or anything like that, but it's loud enough to be noticed. Okay, so number 10, Naxos. This one is a banger, especially in the winter and fall sort of months. Number 9 is Ominous Omen. Just to let you know, I'll put all the names of the fragrances and the discount sites in the description in case you want to get any of these bottles at a discounted rate, all right? But number 9, Ominous Om by MFK. And if you're wondering how come Naxos came before this, why is Naxos 10 and this is 9? It's because I live in weather that is mainly warm, so you're going to see more of more freshies on in the higher spots, all right? But Ominous Om is a really, really nice everyday type of fragrance. It's such a great dumb reach scent if you don't know what to wear, but you still want to smell classy and clean. This to me kind of smells like, you know, you get a little bit of that clean laundry vibe, but there's also a sort of dirtiness to this fragrance that is very intriguing where you're like, wait, this is a clean scent, but there's also a little punch in it that you're like, what is that? You know, so it's a bit curious. But this thing, if you've seen the video I made of, basically I had family come over and my cousin's boyfriend was trying to pick a fragrance and he really wanted my cousin, his girlfriend, to pick the scent for him of what she liked the most. And she has a very, very picky nose. And she was smelling through a bunch of things here, like, you know, even with Leighton and all that sort of stuff, and she didn't really care for it. But when her nose smelled Ominous Om, she's like, it's that one. That one smells really good. Because for the most part, she was like, that one's all right, that one's all right. But when she smelled this, she's like, oh, I really like that. So if you're seeing a lot of heat for this fragrance online, remember the difference between people's opinions online and what it is when you're actually interacting with them on a day-to-day basis, because this scent is very inoffensive, very easy to wear, and it gets so many compliments. Number 9, Ominous Om by MFK. Number 8 right now for me is going to be Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. I love this fragrance, just haven't been wearing it too often because it's been a bit warmer, and this one is just, it's a cold weather beast. So this scent doesn't really smell like tobacco and vanilla to me. It smells like gingerbread cookies with like a chai tea latte. It's just very sweet, very cozy, very comforting. This is a polarizing type of scent. It's definitely bold. If you're somebody that's looking for something bold and cozy, and you mainly just wear standard designer fragrances and you want to up your game, Tobacco Vanille is a solid one to go up to, because for the most part, there is a lot of love for this fragrance when it's in the air. Like when I've worn this fragrance around people, they're like, you smell good. What is that? And they just can't put their finger on it, but it really draws people in. And the reach this scent has, like it goes out far. It goes out really far. Within the first like 3 hours, like this scent just radiates everywhere when I wear it. Also lasts over 12 hours. I don't think I said with Om, but that one on me lasts over 8, which is, I feel like that might not be as common for everybody else, but that's what I get on my skin. Now, number 7 is Ombre Nuit by Dior. This used to be my signature scent, and I still really, really love it. It's an amber rose fragrance. It's been dethroned by something you'll see later on in this video, but I used to rock the shit out of this fragrance, and every single time I wore it, I would get massive compliments from guys, from girls, but this is the fragrance I would wear when I would hug somebody, and then they'd kind of pull back and look at me and be like, you smell good, and then come back into my neck and then just stay there. Another instance I had with this fragrance was, this was sometime last year, I was outside with a group of people, and then we were wearing masks and stuff, and then the girl next to me, as I was talking, I was telling a story, she pulls her mask down and slowly she just keeps getting closer to my neck until her face is in my neck. And she's like, you smell really, really good. So this got a lot of dreamy kind of reactions, when I would hug people and when they just get close to me, they're just like, oh my God, what is that? And they always ask me what I'm wearing. I say Ombre Nuit, and then they're like, how come I never see that at Sephora and all that sort of stuff? But this scent really, really pulled. Ombre Nuit is a beast. Now, not in performance, it's very soft and seductive. So don't think you're gonna get something with reach. This is definitely more of a scent bubble, intimate date night type of fragrance. Number 6 right now is going to be Oud Wood by Tom Ford. This scent, I don't care how many people say, oh, that's overrated, blah, 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 because every single time I have worn this, people have never smelled it before. They're like, that smells good. What is that? Again, difference between fragrance community online opinions and when you're actually out there talking to people. This scent just always draws people in. It's very hypnotizing, and it's super intoxicating, and for me, I don't even like oud fragrances, and this fragrance to me is not oud at all. If you're somebody that sees oud in this and you're like, oh man, I really wanted to try that, but I hate the smell of oud, trust me, it does not smell like a barnyard. It doesn't smell animalic. It just smells like clean wood, like a fresh blend of clean wood. And it really is a head-turning type of fragrance, and it gets a lot of curious compliments. And later on throughout the day, it just gets loving compliments where they're like, oh man, I'm loving that scent on you. This thing is really noticeable as well. On my skin, I get over 6 hours with this fragrance. I would even say over 7 hours with this scent, which is not common for everybody else. I know that some people only get 4 on that, so just be wary. Overspray it, all right? Now, number 5 is going to be Silver Mountain Water by Creed. If you saw the video I did on that, men think Creed Aventus is a panty dropper, but it's actually this Creed. This is the one I was referring to, and this shit pulls, all right? This fragrance really, really ropes people in, all right? Go watch that video of what I did. You'll see the kind of reactions. I gave examples of the reactions that women have given me when I've worn this scent, and it's just they fawn over this fragrance every single time I wear it. I am talking from personal experience, so I'm not generalizing for everybody else, but every single woman that has smelled this fragrance in my collection has gone absolutely gaga over it. It's insane. But this one is very clean, but not in a citrusy, fresh sort of way. Like the name implies, mountain water. It smells like fresh, kind of musky water. And it's just a different sort of scent. Not a lot of people smell like this at all, It's not a blue fragrance, it's not a citrusy fragrance, but it's still a nice, clean fragrance that, for the most part, a lot of people can't help but enjoy. Now, I will say this one definitely gets more love from the ladies than with the guys, because this is a scent I've had when guys smell it, they're like, oh yeah, it's nice, but they don't go as primal over it as the women do. So Creed Silver Mountain Water, I would suggest if you're looking for a beginner creep to start with, that one. That one is fantastic. Now, number 4 is Afternoon Swim by Louis Vuitton. This scent was insane. The reaction that I had to this myself when I first wore it, and how my girlfriend reacted when I first wore it, within like 10 minutes, shit went down and we were in the car. Like, this fragrance is just undeniably sexy. It smells like oranges. Very, very simple. And then it has this cologne sort of backbone, right? As this fragrance is on your skin and even in the air, you can sort of smell it. But it's just like, it's a mouth-watering scent that makes you just want to get down. Like, this is super, super sexy, man. And I'm saving the little bit of juice that I have left, but I know that I need a full-time bottle of this soon, because especially when summer rolls around, or even our spring here gets fairly warm, it's kind of like summer in other places. I already know I'm going to be going through the bottle when I get the full-size bottle of this. But oranges, fresh, clean, sexy. Now, number 3 is Elysium by Raja Parfums. I seriously love this fragrance so much. It's this fresh pineapple-y sort of smell. It's fruity in the opening. And then it has this, it's kind of like a cocktail vibe as well. I explain it as like, there's fresh pineapple, but at the same time, kind of like a lemon cocktail. You know, it's a very fun, freeing, flirty type of fragrance. This thing exudes really laid back sort of confidence. You know, like when you're at a party and there's just that one person that everybody seems to gravitate to, but they never do too much. Like, they're not trying to be noticed, but they're just like going around and everyone's like, oh yeah, dude, you're so cool, blah, blah, blah. And like, everyone's just like, guy, girl, whoever it is, they're just, that is the person. That is what Elysium reminds me of. And it's also like a tropical vacation sort of fragrance. So it's really fun, easy to like, it's just so easy to love. And this is the fragrance that whenever I've worn it around guys and girls, always get compliments. And this is also the fragrance where people would ask me what I'm wearing. They would Google it and be like, holy shit, I've never heard of, like, well, they've never seen the bottle before or the brand. And then they see the price tag and they're like, fuck, I want that so bad, but it smells good. So, I mean, they want that so bad, but it's, you know, it's a bit pricey, right? So this is definitely a fragrance that gets mad reactions. It is so, so, so good. It makes people's eyes roll to the back of their heads. And also this fragrance has like also another like nose to the neck sort of fragrance where it's having fun out there just wafting in the air, but it will draw people in. They'd ask me what I'm wearing and then their face is in my neck and we're just hugging for a really long time. So number 3, Elysium by Raja Parfums. Oof. Number 2, no longer have it in my collection. It's in my girlfriend's possession, but I had a sample of Carlisle by Parfums de Marly. And she was so in love with it that she pretty much has it now. And then it's a whole story. But anyways, that fragrance really is just, first of all, it's a beast. Performs easily over 12 hours, right? It's a fragrance that will never go away. But it's unique because there is not a fragrance, like that's not a scent you smell on other people on a day-to-day basis at all. It is definitely a head turner where people are like, what is that? And it has this sort of regality to it where it smells rich, it smells luxurious, but at the same time, dark and badass. It's very mysterious, it's very alluring. It smells like kind of like a medicinal apple in the opening with a Middle Eastern twist, and then it dries down with this smoky sort of vibe. But don't worry, it's not like smoky, but just like the ambiance of that fragrance. Think of like Hades or something like that. You know, it just is, there's something about it that is very intoxicating and enticing and just something that people have never smelled before. So whenever I wear it, yes, I get the nose to the neck reaction, but people just melt. For the most part, it's with women where they're like, oh my God. And they just like, every single time I've worn that around a woman, they always say that fragrance is sexy. They're like, you smell so sexy. That is just the reaction I always get. Always, always, always. I don't care how popular Carlisle is in the fragrance community and how tired people are of hearing it, but I will be honest with you of the opinions of people out there in the real world that I've interacted with, and women are on another level when it comes to Carlisle. that I've experienced, okay, I'm not generalizing every single woman, but whenever I throw on Carlisle, I always get a mouth-watering reaction / compliment. It is just, it's not your typical, oh, you smell nice. It's primal, it's feral. Now, my number one, super obvious, if you've been subscribed to me, Tuxedo by YSL. Shit. God, this thing is so good. This is classy, it's sophisticated, and it has this very like Casanova, suave kind of vibe to it. You know what I mean? It's very confident. It's that fragrance that doesn't have to do too much. It like kind of how I described Elysium, where it's like, you know, you got it. You know what I mean? So you don't have to try to impress because you got it. You got it down, you know, and that is Tuxedo in a bottle. Now, don't think because the name of it is Tuxedo that it requires a formal setting or that you only wear it on nights out and things like that. This is definitely more versatile than people give it credit for. I wear this, the only time I don't wear this is on really, really hot days. That's when I would throw on Elysium. But this is a great fragrance to wear year round, in my opinion, because it has that freshness. It kind of smells a bit fresh, clean green in the opening, and then it dries down with this sexy, boozy bourbon vanilla in, you know, later on. But it's also complex at the same time. This is not a simple fragrance. You know, it's not a scent where you first smell it and you're like, okay, that's how it's going to smell for the rest of the time. It just keeps transitioning. And even when I have had people just spray this on themselves and when they smell it, they're like, oh, whoa, I have never smelled something like this. I love it, but it's this. Actually got that reaction before where they're like, this is complicated, but I love it, or complex, but I love it, you know? And this scent is just a huge panty dropper. This fragrance is, God. For anybody that has Tuxedo and hates it, and they bought it because they heard people online talk about it, just know that I'm here for you. Just know that I will take that off your hands, no problem. There's no stress. Don't even worry about that. I'm stuttering around this fragrance because it's so gorgeous. But this one lasts on me around 8 hours. And that is not common, all right? There are people that probably get 5 hours with this scent, 4 hours with this scent. So don't expect that you'll get 8 hours. This thing just really latches on with my skin chemistry. But I don't even have to go into it. The ladies' reactions with this one and Carlisle on the same level, on the same exact level. This one, I personally prefer to Carlisle because I find it a bit more versatile for the weather that I have. If you live in cold weather though, I think you'll really love Carlisle. Plus, you know, the longevity on that is much better. But this one is just like, it's like a smooth, like I said, smooth Casanova kind of fragrance, you know? It's just like, you just got it like that. I'm not even gonna try to go into depth more about gushing about this fragrance because I do it all the time. If you know, you know, all right? But anyways, I hope you have a great day. Again, all the names of the fragrances and the discount site links are in the description. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.